it's good to have you joining me for a class today. In today's class, we're going to focus on our hips, so working on movement through our hips, mobility, and also strengthening our hips. When you have strong, stable hips, it will be really key for your balance. So we can work on balance exercises down here on the mat, so that when we're standing, we can access those stabilizing muscles to keep us steady. So we're going to start sitting down and just have your feet out in front like this, fairly wide. Pop your hands behind so you can just prop yourself up. And then we're going to take the knees over to one side. And then take them over to the other side. So I always like this one as a little warm up because as I take my knees over, this leg is rotating inward and this one is rolling outward in the hip joint. So both inward and outward rotations are important. And it is interesting too because you'll probably see one side knee might drop down further than the other side. So it's a good little, assessment. You go, I'll have to work on that side a little bit more, but just keep going. I always wiggle forward when I do these ones. Are you the same? Let's see, doesn't matter. And even just a few of those, it's becoming easier. Okay, that would do. And then we're going to have our feet hip distance apart. Sit up straight. Let your knees just flop open to the side and just tip your body forward. So I'm keeping a nice feeling of length through my spine. My chest is lifted. And then just sit back up, legs come in. And then again, knees go open, just tip a little bit forward. And then bring the legs back and in. Then we're going to sit this way with one leg in front and one leg round behind. And I want to try this. You'll have one hip that wants to come up off the ground. See if you can put it down as much as you can. So you sit as square as you can and then sit nice and tall as best you can. Hands out to the side, and we're going to take a side bend and back, go the other way. So the whole time I'm going to keep my hips down on the ground, especially when I go over this side. There's a temptation to let that hip come up, but I'm going to anchor it down so I get a nice feeling of stretch through the side body. It's also nice to breathe in when you go over and exhale back. So when you come back, you're going to breathe out and use your waist and your core to help you get back up nice and tall. And over, inhale and exhale. All right, switch your legs around the other way, hands behind, swivel. Now, before you start, let's just drop that hip down. You can always have your leg out like that if it feels better on your knee. Two, hands out, shoulders down, lifted feeling, and over you go. That's it, and back, up and over. Nice breath in. So good to get this movement through your ribs and your spine, and even just sitting in this position is very good for your hips. So if you do sit on the floor, try this position and then make sure you do both sides. One more each way. Just enjoy the movement, lifting up. That's it, like a little puff of air between each rib. That's it, and sweep the arm back and down. We're going to lay on our side now. So I'm going to have my legs out in just a little bit on an angle in front and then hold my head like this. And I'm going to put my hand here on the floor. First thing is I'm going to think of lengthening the top hip long. Sometimes when I first lie like this, it seems like the top foot is not as long. My top leg seems not as long. So if you really want to lengthen, so your feet are stacked one on top of the other, and then that's where we want to hold it. You can either put your hand here or put your hand here, right? And then our feet are flexed. So I'm just going to lift and lower the top leg with a flexed foot, and I'm trying to keep steady through my torso, so my spine's staying steady, so that this really is about my hip. And you don't need to go really high on this one, okay? So only as much as I can go without moving through my waist. So I'm staying long. So if you're holding on, it's almost like you're lengthening, giving yourself a reminder to stay long. Okay, good. And then you lift up the leg, point the toe, and we'll just do some with a little pointed toe. You can lay your head down if that feels comfy for you. And we're going to feel warmth in the leg. Press down with the bottom leg as you lift and lower. And then rest. Go back to flexed feet. Again, find that length. When you get tired, you have to pay extra attention to your form. Now with a flexed foot, I'm just going to draw some little circles with my heel. So we're building up our endurance. Whew, I'm feeling this too. And then round the other way. That's it. Nice and smooth if you can. That's it. And anytime you need to take a little breather and come back with me, that's fine. You'll build up more strength the more you practice this. And then lower the leg down. We've got one more here. We can do it. Lift up the leg, point the toe. So now some nice little circles with a pointed toe. That's the way. Nice and smooth, nice and steady. It doesn't have to be big. Just holding the weight of your leg up, your hips working. And you know that this is going to build steadiness in your body, so it's worth it. Other way, you're nearly there. I've been doing a few of these today already, so I'm really feeling this. Okay. Whew. And that's us done. Put your leg down. All right, bend your knees, hand on the floor here in front, and help yourself up. Now we just stretch that out. This leg goes over the top of the underneath one, and you just stretch. Give it a little rub. Drop down the hips so you're feeling a stretch. It's surprising, always surprises me how heavy the leg can get very quickly. Okay, same thing on the other side. So legs out, just not exactly squared. I'm going to go just a little in front today. Prop your head up. Now, first thing, are your feet stacked up, so your ankle bones should be level. And I also feel like pubic bone draws to belly button. You can hold on here or hand down and just up and down. A little lift up and down with flexed foot. I'm actually pressing down with the bottom leg as well, so there's energy pressing down as I go up and down with the top. Good. And then pause. We do a pointed toe now, up and down. Nice length in the leg. Create long legs, long strong legs. Good job. And relax. Take a little moment in between. Next we're going to go flexed feet and a little circle with your heel. Try and focus on your form. When we start to get tired, then you'll find your body wants to move around a bit more to help you. So we're going to try our best to stay steady, steady, steady. And put my hand down here to help. That's it, you're nearly there. Other way. Okay, done. Let's have a little moment to rest. Last one is our pointed toe. Okay, up, gather up some energy. Together we will do this. Round we go. You can do it. Stay with me. That's the way. It doesn't have to be big. Try and keep it smooth, and then round the other way. That's it. Nearly there. 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting down. Bend your knees. Give it a rub. Help yourself up, and that leg goes over the top. Give it a little stretch. Okay, and then we're going to sit cross-legged and just take a little tip forward. So sometimes I put my fingers here and I just wiggle my hands forward. So I'm keeping my spine lifted. If you find it tricky to cross your legs, go back to this one where your knees are out to the side and you've made like a diamond shape, and then you tip forward just like this. Help yourself back up, cross your legs the other way, and then we stretch again. Just wriggle your fingers forward. Enjoying that nice stretch. Help yourself back up, and that's you all done. Nice work.